Hi, this is another edition of April's Law News, and today I'll be interviewing Petra Luna. What makes you interested in fighting abuse?
Well, being an abuse victim myself and overcoming great obstacles and great pain and almost committing suicide and all these other things that entail, I was able to pull myself out of it through prayer and counseling and, my God, everything. And I just figured, if I can do it, I know I can help other people. I know that I can inspire other people to, get out of their bad conditions, to think and protect their kids or protect, themselves from even their female, abusers. And I know I can help people and inspire them to get better and do what's right for their safety in their life. Because if I can do it, I know anybody can do it.
Yes. And can you tell me what the war on abuse is?
The war on abuse comprises 60,000 people worldwide. We're an activist group. Mm-hmm. And we do awareness campaigns. We're involved in animal abuse, child abuse, and domestic violence against men and women. We cover all aspects of abuse because we look at it as, abuse is human nature. And that's what we fight against. And we consider it a war because when you look at the stats and millions of people being injured and killed every year, in any other case, that's a war, that's a struggle. And people say, well, it's inside the home, so it's not. So we disagree. And just like any other, real movements in time, apartheid, civil wars, revolutions, independence, a group of people get together and they say, we're just not going to take this anymore. So instead of all these organizations and charities and activists and people all being separate, we decided to unite as a united front, and that's the way we can really make change. And you're probably going to ask, well, how did I become the leader of this? I just kind of fell into it because I felt they wanted direction, and they kept coming to me for direction, and they asked me, will you guide us? And I'm a servant of God, so
and you are.
I had to do that. So.
Well, and what is your opinion on Jack McClellan?
McClellan.
Yeah, McClellan, tongue twister.
Okay, my opinion of Jack McClellan is that he's very irresponsible, reckless, and he's done a terrible disservice to the city of Los Angeles. To go to festivals and tell other pedos where to go to search for little kids. I know you're a mother, so you're concerned, but it's like, what's going to happen to these festivals? Who's going to want to take their kids to these festivals? The pedos are going there to check out the kids because he told them which ones to go to. Those festivals have a lot of good things going on. There's a lot of awareness campaigns going on at festivals. There's vendors, there's bands, there's people that, a lot of good things go on at festivals, and that's supposed to be a place where you can take your kids and have fun, and it is no longer. And he's kind of whipped people into this, almost like a terrorist frenzy where people are just afraid.
Yes.
And he goes to the libraries, and he's doing his website things, and you'll find him in libraries and you'll find him at Starbucks. So keep your eye open.
I keep my eye open.
And also he's trying to make out like, oh, his site is shut down. We know his site ain't shut down. His site ain't shut down. Okay. What these guys do with these legal pedophile websites, they hack themselves. They change their pages. C-slug, whatever, like they'll make it look like, their server's down or error, but no, they're just temporarily like putting it on hold until things calm down. They turn it back on. This is the old trick. We know we've been at this for a little while.
And what about Lindsay Ashford?
Lindsay Ashford. Well, I think Lindsay Ashford is much more dangerous than Jack McClellan.
Why?
Well, because he's very eloquent, very intelligent, and unfortunately he works for the wrong side. He was an abused child. And, I even reached out to him. I said, let's get you some help. Why don't you come over to my side and help me fight some of these really nasty pedophiles, And, he's a sociopath. He's so far gone and I tried to reach him. I told the guy, I even prayed for him, to find the wisdom to, do whatever's the right thing, and flip, and I tried to help him, but he got disrespectful, and I had to stop communicating with him. But I told him, as long as you're going to fight on that side, I'm going to fight on my side. And he's like, well, as you wish. So I pity him. I pity him. I wish that somebody would have gotten him some help so he wouldn't help all these other pedophiles. But that's all I've got to say about him. I don't have a I don't think none of us want to see bloodshed or anything, but, as long as he's going to play this game, I'm going to fight him. That's the way it is. So.
Yes. And so what are your strategies and goals for war on abuse?
Well, considering how big this April's Law thing is getting, I've always had a dream to start my own charity called the P. Luna Foundation, and I was going to do it much later in life, but it seems like it's time for me to start my own charity, because I want all the things that go on with April's Law and all the fundraising. I want it to go through a legitimate organization, and I owe it to the, the activist army, and just to right now, we're just going to take on April's Law. We're already talking to legislators, and they're going to help us try and write this thing into a bill, and just drive it home and make people like Jack McClellan and Lindsay Ashford so you can't even find their websites on the internet. That's our goal.
Nice.
So I'm trying to help out mothers. I understand how scared you are, and you have every right to be. These are very dangerous people, and I'm sorry you have to be subject to this. But all we can do is keep fighting them. So.
Yes, and I'm glad you're here to fight.
Thank you.